Alright, so now we know that, the two constants of refraction and blah, 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 that makes it spin in a circle. We're going to look at another idea. We have two black holes here, right? One there, exact same mass, everything, stationary, and they have a net force together in the middle, and the net force in the middle is zero because they're equal. At this moment in time, they're zero. And the force this one is, let's say they're just separated by distance r, and that's when the intensity of the field is equal to 1/2 of the intensity of the actual black hole. So the saturation is, for this black hole on the right, is 50% at that point, and for this black hole on the left is at 50% at that point. But anyway, since it goes down at that rate, anywhere between these two black holes, the saturation is 100%. So no information can propagate through that area. Even though there's nothing there, it's still seen as one big black hole and actually produces black hole effects through the middle. But by being able to, okay, let's say that since gravity does affect light because it's causing it to spin in a circle, and it affects magnetism in its own way. You could say that space is curved, but that's really not what's going on. It's a refraction of information. And since one affects the other, then the other, let's say gravity affects light, then light also affects gravity. Since we could visualize that as kind of like a bandwidth, where only so much information can exist at that moment in time. Of course, that's saturation. So we could saturate an area with, I don't know, energy from light at the correct hertz and all that, and cause a constant stream at max saturation, and then the gravitational field wouldn't be able to penetrate it. And when the gravitational field can't penetrate it, it'll actually create a lift force because it can't exist in that area, and it'll try to push it out, kind of like a magnet does to a superconductor when it's really cold, because it can no longer permeate through it. So pretty much the permeability becomes zero when the saturation becomes 100%. And that ratio of saturations of the field charges directly affects the phenomena that occur. But that's about where I am right now. But hopefully I'll get some more stuff figured out tomorrow. As far as the equation goes for this, it's a changing equation because basically vector forces are fuzzy, and the gross vector force is very fuzzy because 1 plus -1 does not equal 0 because you're dealing with gross forces. 1 plus -1 equals 2 for the saturation. So I need to just really work on this and try to figure it out. But I do know that if we have the saturation angles and all that, we can figure out K. And we know that the angular frequency of the particle, which we had earlier, and the frequency coming out are the same. But the angle seen by the observer is different. So either omega over k or k over omega equals the frequency prime or the frequency of the observer. I'm not sure which one this is. I'll have to figure it out later. But y'all take it easy.